Another week. Congratulations. Hope you're having a wonderful evening. Hope you had a great day at work or school. Today we are back with you on day 28 of the Iran war. We are now a full month in, guys. Today is day 28, and it is Friday night as well. So you know what that means. That means some military action is at above a coin flip rate of occurring, whether it's the Persian Gulf or somewhere within the Islamic Republic. So a lot of stuff could be happening this weekend. It's the calm before the storm. We know the last several weekends, the president has waited for the weekend to take action as well, with discussing the markets. Grandmaster official. What's going on, Grandmaster? Wonderful to see you. Happy Friday, brother. Thanks for tuning in to the stream tonight. It says, sorry, man, I'm not getting time these days. By the way, still drop a message every time you get notification. Thanks, brother. Yeah, dude, we got to grind, man. You know, if you have stuff in your personal life, whether that's school, business, whatever, man, we gotta advance ourselves. So no worries, big dog. And Fred TM-E9F says, good evening. Good evening, Fred. Thank you for joining us on this Friday evening. So we discussed a couple minutes, we're a month into the Iran war, day 20, it's Friday night. So this is the night that stuff usually happens. So we're just going to kind of have a, probably when we wake up, maybe there's a notification on our phone that says the U.S. has seized Karg Island, or that the United States has secured another island within the Persian Gulf or the Strait of Hormuz, that there's some agreement or military takeover. You also have the president, during the weekend, he'll make a threat. So like he did last weekend, he said, Iran has 48 hours to reopen the Strait of Hormuz, or we will attack them. 7:30 a.m. Monday morning, the president says, never mind. Truth Socials, we're not attacking Iran. We're giving them another 5 days to decide. So some big stuff. We always know Friday night is the weekend and the day that the president typically makes his actions. Okay, so we're hanging out with you guys in front of the Supreme Court building for a little bit, and also the U.S. Capitol. We'll be hanging out at both of these locations this evening, taking your questions, getting to know you guys. Happy to discuss any political topic, geopolitics, elections, any of that good stuff. Would love to hear your opinion. Grandmaster official says, bro, cartel revenge is also on Mexican cartel. Mar-a-Lago says, are you a Democrat? I am not. What about yourself? Also, some of the, also the second main topic of the evening is, not sure if you guys saw this, but Kash Patel's personal emails were hacked or hijacked by Iranian officials. Nothing appearing to be too damning or embarrassing per se, just some photos of Kash Patel smoking cigars or cigarettes. That's the gist of what I saw from that email dump from there. So we'll be discussing that a little bit, seeing what you guys have to say as well. So, okay, Mar-a-Lago says, I am a staunch right-wing American. I believe in classical America, basically revert all laws back to around the year 1900, before the banking cartels and FDR destroyed the currency. FDR said if the Supreme Court didn't pass the new bill, he would pack the courts. Speaking of the Supreme Court, we are right here, right in front of the building in DC. So Mar-a-Lago, let me try and pitch you the channel a little bit. I started this channel a couple months ago in hopes. So actually, a little bit about me. I used to work in the U.S. Senate. I worked for a senator from Indiana for 2 years. I also started this channel just a few months ago to really had some frustrations and dissatisfaction with Washington. And I figured starting the channel to help promote America First values. We are America First on this channel, and we welcome anybody and everybody who would like to put America first. So that's the ideals of the channel. I'm here based in DC now. I have a lot of DC friends, connections, all that other stuff. So, and I also host guests on, very professional guests. I have friends in the media here. I have friends that work in the Congress, that work in the lobbying. Yeah, they're lobbyists. They're within the agencies. They're in the administration, or they're working for super PACs or think tanks such as the Heritage Foundation, all those guys. So would love if you would like to subscribe to the channel. We definitely want you on this journey. And yeah, everybody, if you're just now joining the stream, would love if you gave the video a like. If you hit that subscribe button, that's a great way in which you can support the channel here in DC. So would love to have you guys along with us. Also, please leave a comment. I get to try to get to most of the comments as well. Try to read most of the comments and engage with you guys. Take your questions. Let's see. Jacob says, "This guy don't stop walking. Go on a mountain hike and stream. That would be sick AF." One of these days, man. Shenandoah Mountains, right outside of Virginia, probably an hour drive from Washington, D.C. area. Have some gorgeous, gorgeous national parks in Maryland, West Virginia, and Virginia. So there's no shortage of magnificent trails to check out. So thank you for the compliment, though. Yeah, I never stop walking, man. Always got to keep going. Mar-a-Lago says, "Cool, that is understandable. That's pretty interesting. I did good, sir. City safe to walk mostly now. I forgot about that. Mountain hike, you need Starlink Mini for..." Yeah, it would be a little difficult maybe with the media. So, or not media, excuse me, internet. Not a whole lot of internet, potentially. Lack of availability. Jim says, "I'm a Jew. Thank you for fighting for me." Grandmaster says, "Jim, what's the secret? If Jews, why you guys are rich always?" Let's see. Notorious TBG says, "Trump 2028. And Marco says, "Obama 2028. So we got a little back and forth action in the chat, in the comment section already. We're out here in front of the Supreme Court, going to be hanging out with you guys here for a little bit. Then we'll pass on over. We'll head to the Capitol building for a little bit. But after that, we're actually going to be going to, we've only been in this neighborhood one time before, and that is Chinatown. So I'm not sure how, we talk about sports sometime on the channel, but right now, Duke and St. John's are playing in the NCAA Sweet 16, just like a mile that way. So we're going to be going to Capital One Arena as well tonight, check out, see what's going on down there. And there's a second game There's Connecticut and Michigan State as well down there. So it's going to be popping. There's going to be a lot of people down in Chinatown. So maybe we can get some fun content, even from a sport related population. Okay. Let's see. Jacob says you can do it with share, will brother. Sick architecture. I put respect on your stream, brother. Nothing like marvels of human creation, except nature, of course. Thank you, dude. I appreciate the compliment, man. Thank you so much for hanging out with us on this Friday evening. Hope everyone here had a good week. Getting back in the swing of things. Last Friday, we did a live stream at the Texas State Capitol in Austin, Texas, but we're back in DC this week. Let's see. Let's go to some other. Mar-a-Lago says cheaper version is hotspot, but they can be spottier in the mountains. Sir Aldog says hi. Hello, Sir Aldog. Thank you for hanging out with us and joining the stream on this Friday evening. We're in front of the Supreme Court building right now. Bud Morgan says Stormy Daniels for Secretary of State, Secretary of Staffs. Sir Aldog says go Joe's Steakhouse. I don't think I've eaten there before. I've been to Capitol Grill, and that's a pretty nice steakhouse near the Capitol building. I haven't been to Joe's Steakhouse. Is that just in DC alone? Do you know? And Nipples Malone says, you think putting on that suit makes you look smart? Not the intention. It's just the style, man. And then someone with a username can't really read. I want to be one of those who oppose war from America, and I believe that most people in America also oppose war. Jacob says, or sheer will, I'm dyslexic. Let's see. Mar-a-Lago says, I'll give you a like boost if you want, my man. I can give you 14 likes at the moment. I'm boosting you right now. Thank you, dude. That's awesome. Thank you for the help, man. Let's see. Dial Up says Secretary of Staff, LMAO, nice one. What's going on, Dial Up? Nice to see you again, big man. Thanks for tuning into the stream tonight. Appreciate you. You've been here a while now, too. Jacob says, that suit is drip. Y'all peanut butter jelly. Goodness. Sir Aldog says, this is our guy. He's pretty cool. He doesn't have the same manga opinions. He's more of a real Republican. And Brooks says, Kash Patel saw both of them coming from different directions. Dial Up says, yes, sir, all Trump voters are rational like Aulden. You'd be surprised. And then Mar-a-Lago says, there you go. Thank you, dude. Yeah, we're up at 18 likes, dude. Pretty solid. Thank you for the boost and support. Appreciate that a lot, big man. Let's see. Dial Up, the Facebook boomer MAGA are lost. That is for sure. Jacob says, Kash Patel is an enemy of humanity. Alp says, ooh, not sure what. Offensive, defensive, something. Yeah, that's a little crazy, man. Then Mar-a-Lago says, I don't sub boost because fake subs actually hit your analytics. Absolutely. And yeah, man, I haven't spent any money on subscribers yet. Everyone right now is organic that has subscribed to the channel. I've either met them in person and I've sold them like at a bar or at the train station or in the airport, or it's people that have found the videos, found the content through lives or other methods on the channel. And so, yeah, we're going to build this movement brick by brick, day by day. That's my mentality. So, and you're right. Yeah. If let's say, if I got 500-600 new subscribers right now, and if all of them never watch the videos or never tune in or never like, then you're right. It's just going to hurt your percentages in analytics. So, good point, man. Jacob says, heart, like a love heart emoji. Then Jacob says, what's your occupation, brother? Awoken. So I used to work in the U.S. Senate for 2 years. I worked for a senator from Indiana. Before that, did lots of time back home in politics for my local county party, volunteering on campaigns, assisting campaigns, really getting experience that way. Right now, I'm at a private sector company in D.C., though, so I do have a day job, but I'm back in the private sector, not the public sector right now. So, but doing this on the side, starting to see some actual solid growth with this. So it's definitely worth sticking with for a while. And now I'm pretty motivated and fired up with it. So, and let's see. And Zaffo says, whales are closer related to trout than trout are to shark. Whales are fish, and says that fish are important. You know it. Mar-a-Lago. Yep. Yeah, and there are definitely nice benefits working for the federal government. Like you'll be surprised at how many vacation days members of the staff receive. It gets a very office by office, but yeah, just like long run, you have the private sector, it's a little more freedom. Like if I worked for a senator now, there's no way I'd be able to have this channel up and loaded. So, because the members want a pretty tight-lipped, staff on them. So a bunch of gossip isn't spread around, or if you have different views that don't line up with the member, that can be a problem as well if it's public. So there's a couple of things for that. Jacob says, when you say private sector, what do you mean? Like sell stuff or what? Not necessarily sell stuff. I'm in we help our clients with like campaign donations and stuff like that. So we're more like the money side, the financial side of things. And if you ever want to attract new audiences, say if you can't get the support you need, go fishing on a lake with a live. People love that stuff. Yeah, I'm sure it's just peaceful. It's very peaceful to listen or even watch, especially if it's like a nice day out. So that's right, dial up. Yep. Because it could take, even if it's a mistake, let's say I slip up and make a mistake, and then I'm the one that they're going to be attacking. Like ex-senator last name has hired or has this person on their staff, and that person on their staff said this. Senator last name is a terrible senator. Make sure he loses re-election. Jacob asks, what are you educated in? Good one. I got my college degree in political science, history, and international studies. So international studies and history were my minors. and political science was my major in school. Mar-a-Lago says pretty much surefire way to get fired. And I studied those things on my own time, funny enough. Yeah, easy way for nuance to be ignored and people's ideas can just be attacked that way. Jacob asks, what do I know about Iceland? One of my buddies in college was he was from Iceland, but we talk about geopolitics on the show a lot, and I haven't done an episode on Iceland yet. So, I'm not in a good position to really say much about the country. What do you know about Iceland? So Outdog, Go Joe's Seafood Prime Steak and Stone Crab on 15th Street Northwest. Tracking. There we go. Let's do some let's do a couple minutes of sunglasses at night. Yeah, man, always got the Versace vision, though. Always got to have them. All right, so everyone take one last little glimpse at the Supreme Court, then we'll head over to the Capitol building, hang out there. Mar-a-Lago. Iceland is a small volcanic island that has grass and not a lot of ice in the summer, relatively speaking. Sleepy Time video says, hello, Aulden. Hello, Sleepy Time. What's going on, big man? Haven't seen you in a second. Glad to have you back, though. Hope you've been doing okay, man. Hope Indiana is treating you well again. I know I used to be fishing settlement for the Norse. Ooh. We talked about the Norse people on the Greenland episode a couple of months ago is when Greenland was in the news. Maybe the president wanted to seek regime change over there. So, and yeah, the Norse, we're not sure if there was ever a direct confrontation with the Inuit people, but they were living on at the same time the Inuit people were. The Inuit people lived longer because of their survival tactics. Sleepy Time says, yeah, I don't get online much. No worries, big man. Blazing says, look like a Matrix character. Thank you very much, man. Yeah, just did a couple minutes of the Versace Vision sunglasses at night. We'll put them back in the pocket for a little bit. All right, everybody, now take one last look at the Supreme Court building. We're going to be heading over to the U.S. Capitol building. We'll be hanging out there for a little bit. And then, I'm not sure if everyone heard this. I mentioned this at the very beginning, but we'll be, correct. Yep, we're in D.C. right now. We're going to be heading towards Capital One Arena in Chinatown because the NCAA March Madness tournament is going on right now. Duke and St. John's are playing right now. And we'll be heading down there to see if anything crazy is going on. Sir Aldog, so did you hear? Yes, Tiger Woods. Oh my gosh, again. And I think last time I checked, they were thinking he had a DUI or something like that. So, and then he crashed during COVID, I think during 2020, was it, that he was driving so fast and he missed that turn and almost almost killed himself that time too. They're just going to have to take the keys away from Tiger at this point. He can't be, he's not responsible enough to drive a car anymore. So, yeah, I'm for key change, kind of like regime change when it comes to Tiger Woods' driving abilities. So good one. Yeah, that was pretty crazy. Yes, Blake. Yeah, we are in D.C. right now. We're going to head over to the U.S. Capitol building, hang out there for a couple of minutes. Just left the Supreme Court building a minute ago. Now we're going to head towards the Capitol building. Dial up. Just Aulden has to have a fire with the feds because he walks around the Capitol. NSA has clocked him LMAO. Ah! Nah, bro. Let's see. Very, very rich nation resource-wise. All that volcanic deposits is home to probably much of the world's heavy metals as the largest volcanic island on the planet. Sir Aldog, did you hear anything about Kash Patel's emails getting hacked? Yes, I heard that it was his private email, not his FBI work email, but his private email had been hacked by some Iranian tech group, and they released a lot of these images, but most of them were just of him smoking cigars or nothing really crazy, from what I saw, at least. Scott says, sunglasses at night tells you everything we need to know about you. Tomorrow you should take us down so that we can look at the cherry blossoms. Yes, sir. So tomorrow, oh yeah, forgot to mention this as well. So tomorrow there's a nationwide No Kings protest going on tomorrow. And there's supposed to be a chapter of that in DC. So we're going to be covering that protest live, and we'll go up to people, ask them questions. So if you guys want, drop what questions I should ask the protesters tomorrow. And if you want, you can also join the Discord. Z helped us make a Discord yesterday, or a day before that. And we really, we're trying to get that room populated as well. So would love to have you in that as well. But yeah, feel free to leave suggestions and questions on what you think I should ask the demonstrators tomorrow. So, but we'll be down that way because of they're near the tidal basin, and I believe they'll be on the mall. So they'll be like maybe a mile and a half that way-ish. Mar-a-Lago says he has been exposed. Yeah, the IRGC hacked his emails or whatever. Lucy says hello. Hello, Lucy. Thank you for joining the stream on this Friday evening. Hope you had a great week, Lucy. Always nice hearing from you. Mar-a-Lago says, what I say, to be honest with you, those people is no kings only Ayatollahs, no kings only Maduros, no kinda only Fidel Castros, etc. Sir Aldog says, how many steps are you walking? Because you have quite a few today. You know, I should start like posting the numbers. I should start a workout on the Apple Watch or Strava or whatever, and I should start posting that every day. That would be pretty funny. But a good amount though, so. And I saw your other comment. Yeah, DC is so beautiful at night. My daughters live there and it's so beautiful. Yeah, it is a gorgeous city to live in. Just look at that's the US Capitol building for real. It's so cool. Politically incorrect coffee says I was born and raised there. Nice, dude. What neighborhood in DC did you live in? Or did you like kind of move around or yeah, it's always fun talking to people from the city. It's a very unique the city can be a lot of fun sometimes. Georgetown area. Okay, gotcha. Yeah, I go to Georgetown a couple times a year. They have good shopping, good restaurants as well. Can be a little pricey, but and just some beautiful houses. Like the housing over there is gorgeous. So in the Eastern Mediterranean Sea. Okay, didn't see some of your other comments there. It's now a shithole, Georgetown. It's now a shithole, trust me. D-Mill66 says, what cafe do politicians meet up? A common one I'd say is Cups. Cups in the United States Senate. It's in the basement of the Senate. And a lot of Hill staff and members will grab their morning coffee from that coffee shop. In the Russell Senate building. Jacob says, Iceland has the biggest desert in Europe, strategically located for a world war. Terrible government, shitty healthcare, high taxes, expensive food, nice views, cool history, and a sick language. And dial-up is, usually, so most senators, they'll have their own coffee pot in their office. The staff will prepare their newspaper usually each morning for them. So, let's see. Got a couple of comments here. Politically correct coffee says Israel controls that building behind you. I believe he's referencing the one we're looking at now. And TTH Vision says that's the Israel mansion. Sir Aldog says my son is there celebrating his birthday with his sisters this weekend. So we're going to have a picnic, but I hear it's going to be pretty cold. So probably they will go to Joe's Steakhouse. Jacob says English lends so many words from that. It is a fact. Politically incorrect coffee. I'm so glad I don't live in Washington, D.C. anymore. It's not what it used to be. D. Mills says, have you visited the Round Robin, the Monocle, or Lead Diplomat? I've been to the Monocle several times. I like the Monocle. I don't think I've ever ate there, though. It's a fun after-work spot sometimes to grab drinks and network with people, but it's a little expensive in terms of food. And I've been to Le Diplomat once before, and it was okay. It wasn't anything that made me think of immediately returning, but it was solid. It was fine. A little expensive as well. And I haven't been to Round Robin bar. Yes, I've been a Founding Farmers. but not the Robin place yet. Sunset Farm, Arizona says that's the U.S. Embassy for Israel. Peace be upon all. Politicians meet at those spots. Says, would rather spend my time in Tyson's Corner area. So that's kind of that's the orange line, right? That's like far, gosh, that's kind of northwestish, I think, near Virginia, if I'm not mistaken. I can't remember exactly. Yeah, much more high end. Gotcha. Sir Aldog says hi. Hello, Sir Aldog. Happy to hang out with you tonight, man. Yeah, hope your kiddos have a fun little birthday weekend in DC. I'm sure they'll have a great time. NVA, gotcha. Okay. And then Silverline, okay. 9925 says free Iran. Dial-up says, you got it. Nice. Hey everybody, just wanting to remind you, if you're just now joining the stream, would love if you gave the video a like. If you also hit that subscribe button as well, would love. We're just here tonight talking about Washington, D.C., talking geopolitics, talking about Kash Patel's email server being, his personal email server being hacked. So would love if you all hit that subscribe button so you can return for future streams. We are building something pretty big here, so would love to have you along for the ride. And Z says, how's it going tonight? What's going on? Z, it's going great, brother. We were just at the Supreme Court a couple minutes ago. We'll be hanging out with you guys in front of the U.S. Capitol as well. And then we're going to walk to Chinatown because the NCAA March Madness tournament is going on in downtown D.C. right now. Duke and St. John's are playing, and Michigan State and UConn play the game after. So we'll see if there's any crazy people out and about there. Let's see. Coffee, politically incorrect coffee, says go to Lafayette Park. There's always a protest going on over there, and adds free Palestine. TTH Vision says sad state of affairs that our government is owned. Lafayette Park. Yes, I think I know where that is mentally. But that's kind of near the White House, isn't it? But no, I think the No Kings protest tomorrow is just going to be on the mall in general. And I was reading something today. Last time there were over 200,000 people at the protest. So it's a content gold mine potentially for the channel. So I think there's real potential with it. Can get some good viral little clips there interviewing people. Jacob says, Icelandic horses came from Mongolia, brought by settlers 1,300 years ago-ish. NASA used duck feathers from Iceland for the first spacesuits, also predicted for the moon landing there. Awesome. Yeah, dude, it's wonderful that, are you from Iceland yourself? I think it's real cool that you know a lot of historical facts and information about the largely volcanic island. There we go, man. Nice. Yeah. Sweet. Well, I'll, one of these days coming up soon, we talk geopolitics on the channel a lot, and we do deep dives and breakdowns. And Iceland will have to do an Iceland episode here in the near future. I'm the son of a Palestinian refugee who came to America in the 1960s. We also talk about I shouldn't say we haven't done a historical deep dive breakdown about the roots of the Israel-Palestine conflict, but maybe we should here soon as well. These are some good ideas. We talk about Iran a lot on the channel and the current war, but haven't done the history as much yet. So here, let's... Let's get a poll for the day. There we go. Got a little poll for you guys to add another little debate method to the stream. So, yeah, today's question, support war in Iran. Jacob says, broke my damn finger when viewing a volcano for free, or got a free helicopter ride over to the volcano. As a result, my pinky has never been the same since, for real, though. Damn, dude. Hate that for ya. Hate that your pinky hasn't made a full recovery. How long ago did this happen? Did this event occur? Oh, it's all crooked now 4 years ago. Oh, no. Sorry, Jacob. Yeah, that unfortunate news. Politically Incorrect Coffee says National Harbor, nice area as well. I mean, there are several. There's no shortage of nice areas in DC, I will say that. I kind of view it as if you had to cram all 50 states into a 6-mile radius. That's what Washington, D.C. would kind of resemble, I'd say. What else? But yeah, so Politically Incorrect Coffee is, do you still live in America now, or did you move countries? Capitol is gorgeous at night, Nurse Rod. Thank you for tuning into the stream tonight, big man. Appreciate you being here. Wonderful to see you. Sick volcano, though. Shit was unreal, but the war in Iran is bad news. Can't go wrong with those free museums. Right, yeah, you can't you can't go wrong. They're a lot of fun. You can learn new stuff. They're pretty chill, so yeah, place is bumping tonight. Must be late night votes going on. Anthony says hi. Hello, Anthony. Thank you for tuning into the stream tonight. Glad to have you here. Politically Incorrect Coffee says, I'm 50 years old and I've lived in America all of my life. Born and raised in D.C., but I've lived in different places within the United States. That's cool, man. And it is much better. Yeah, it is very, very pretty at night. No question about that. No doubt about it. Now let's do some Versace Vision at night just for a couple minutes. There we go. Nice. Let's get to maybe a little more well-lit area. Kind of tough to see, but regardless. Jacob says that war is going to cripple me financially because of gas, groceries. Shit is already expensive. Right, yeah, like we're going to see inflation with this. We're going to see energy prices rise. Carl, 8909 says, lived in Frederick, Maryland. Yeah, that's not too far from here, as far as I understand. So something about DC that you guys will hear a lot more about as the summer approaches is, not sure if you guys heard this, but you have the Potomac River. Like over the winter, there were so many of those like unflushable or quote, they're flushable wipes. Well, they got clogged up all the sewer pipes and it jammed everything. And the Potomac River is basically full of literal poop and shit right now. And when summertime hits, it's going to get so hot and the smell is going to be terrible. So that's something for you guys to kind of keep track of a little bit as we near summer, as the weather progressively it gets warmer. That's going to be a little subplot. So yeah, pretty gross. They came over in the 1960s and never went back to visit. Palestine is the Holy Land. Fred Neck, LOL. Jacob says, was in California in 2018, and the amount of homeless I witnessed was unbelievable. Like, y'all got some serious domestic problems. War will certainly worsen this. A couple barf emojis. I told you. And Anthony, that's going to be a shitty situation. Absolutely. It's not something to look forward to at all. So that's why when you see the president like at Wes Moore on Twitter or on X or whatever, or on Truth Social, that's why, because they're kind of arguing whose fault or who should clean it up or what the deal is. So says Israel first and America last. That's what's happening. Anthony says, how do people not know to put wet wipes down the toilet? Nasty people. And Nurse Rod adds, 3 billionaires have more wealth than half of her population. Why do you think we have homeless? But like the homeless, though, how is that normalized, though? So in DC, so when I moved here a couple of years ago, I'd say the homeless situation at least seems to be better now than it was 3.5 years ago. When I first moved here, it was bad. And I'm not just saying, oh, it's bad. I mean, like, huge, like, tent cities, kind of, on some, like, not DuPont Circle, but the next circle over. That entire area was, like, conquered, more or less. It was a huge encampment of people. Under the bridges and Navy Yard were all filled with homeless people. And even just walking around, there were a lot more. So it seems like in the last couple of years, the homeless population has improved in DC. Now, whether that's because they were deported to Baltimore or deported somewhere else, I don't know. But at least it's better for DC. That's what it appears to be. Let's see. But yeah, man, like there's homeless veterans. It's not fun at all. Very sad situation. Alex says she just doesn't sit well. Politically incorrect coffee. Suburbs are more high-end. The Potomac, Tyson's Corner, Badiza, I believe is how it's pronounced. Baltimore is a worse shithole. Yeah, I've been to Baltimore a couple times since moving to DC. It's yeah, there's a lot of people struggling there. Nurse Rod says, we need more mental institutions. Most homeless are mentally ill. Yeah, a lot of them do seem to be struggling with, maybe it was a certain event that made them snap or a series of events, but most of them are, yeah, they're struggling pretty bad. And the situation doesn't help them at all. So the situation that they find themselves in doesn't really it's not to their benefit by any means. So it's very hard to improve, I'd say, potentially. Ronwin answers, good evening. Good evening, Ronwin. Thank you for tuning into the stream this evening. Glad to have you here on our Friday night little adventure. We were at the Supreme Court building, a little recap, couple minutes ago, but we've been hanging out in front of the U.S. Capitol the last probably 20, 25 minutes. And then we'll be heading to Chinatown a little bit later as we move towards the NCAA March Madness tournament has a regional, the East Regional in Washington, D.C. We'll be going down there, check people out, maybe go to a bar or something as well. Maybe try and make a couple new friends, get some in real life subscribers. That's always a great feeling. Let's see. Jacob says, yeah, homeless, getting deported is wild. Colonel says, hopefully you have something on you should you need it in a questionable situation. You know it, man. Yep, always gotta be vigilant. But yes, I have something that could assist me in an emergency. Thank you very much for checking, making sure I'm good though. Oh yeah, man. Sir Aldog says, the one thing about you is that you are a Republican, but you don't down any of the Democrats that get on here. You're pretty down to earth. And I think we all have the same opinions. Thanks, dude. Yeah, everyone's welcome to the channel. Anyone who wants to help put America first is welcome. That's the goal at the end of the day, to make sure people who work in this building are doing what's best for the American people and only what's best for the American people. That's why we send a percentage of our paycheck. There we go. Lost connection for a second. So yeah, the people that are getting paid to work in this building need to be putting America first. And this channel was created to help pressure them into ensuring that they are consistent when it comes to that. And no, I will not put down leftists just for having left-wing views. We'll engage respectfully in dialogue, see if we can flip their mind. But if they're willing to put America first, then we can move past some stuff. Okay. Yeah, the richest country in the world, and we have homeless veterans. WTF? Jacob says, real? How old are you? I'm 26 years old. 26. Sir Aldog says, have you ever been to any of the Mid-Atlantic restaurants? Many of them are in Virginia. I haven't yet. I know there's a couple of really nice restaurants down, in Virginia, but nothing I've hit yet. And then Koozie2400 says, bro, what are you doing? Hello, Koozie2400. Thank you for hopping on the stream with us this evening. We are walking around Washington, D.C. We're in front of the United States Capitol building here in Washington, taking your questions, hanging out with you guys on this Friday night. We were at the Supreme Court building a couple of minutes ago, now at the U.S. Capitol building. We're talking about the war in Iran, we're talking about restaurants in Virginia and Maryland, what's fun to do in Washington, D.C., all that good stuff. So would love if you guys hit that like button and hit the subscribe button as well. That's a great way in which you can support the channel as we continue to build. AJJ says, what's up, brother? Wonderful to see you, big man. And Coffee says, best seafood is in Maryland. I've heard that as well. Yeah, got crab. There's a nice little seafood market down near the wharf. I've been to that before, but yeah, a lot of that good seafood is in Maryland. Okay, everybody, get one last little look at the Capitol building. We're going to start heading towards Chinatown. We're going to start heading towards Capitol One building. We're going to be checking in on basketball goers of the NCAA tournament. You have Duke and St. John's playing right now. And then you have UConn and Michigan State that play later tonight. I'm sure the Duke game, we've been on the stream nearly an hour, so it's got to be nearing the end. Hopefully the Johnnies were able to win, but we'll see. Let's see. Let's see some other questions. Ask some of those No King protesters tomorrow, do they want the same thing you want in America first agenda? And I bet you they want the same thing. Yeah, that's a good question. We'll talk to some of them for sure. Yeah, and so yeah, guys, if please leave like the comments what questions you guys want me to ask the No Kings protesters tomorrow. Or leave a comment after the video ends or something so it's like more permanent so I can see it a little better. And please feel free to join the Discord as well, where Z created the Discord, so he gets all the props there. But Z and we're hanging out in there. We have it set up to where there's specific channels for news, memes, other important information. So think of the Discord as a communication hub for the Awoken. If you're subscribed to the channel, that means you're Awoken, and we want everyone who wants and our community to join that Discord and hang out with us. That way we can strategize, plan future episodes, topics, share breaking news with each other so we're always informed and know what's going on. So we'd love to have you in that as well. So yeah, that's a good question, Sir Aldog. James says, fail business, fail casinos, fail marriage, now fail state. Last Sultan says, evening, sir. War with Iran was inevitable since the Iranian Islamic Revolution in the 1970s. Question should be, do you support preventing Iran from having weapons of mass destruction? Politically Incorrect Coffee says, America will continue to decline because of these foolish policies. Jacob says, ask the protesters about what they think about centralized authority. That's a good one. Sir Aldog, the people that work in the Capitol building, to be honest, are there to see how much of the money they will get from AIPAC. That's a lot of them, man, for sure. He says, peace out, 100%, dog. All right, big man. Thanks nice to meet you tonight, dude. would love to see you in the future. Sarah Dog says, my daughter said she liked it when the soldiers were in town. She says, since then, it's gotten a little bit worse than before they got here. You got to get to those mid-Atlantic seafood restaurants. They're the best and like a buffet. And Coffee says, likewise, nice to meet you. Much love, brother. Stay safe out there. Let's see. All right, so I'm not sure if last Sultan or Sultanes is still here. Yeah, just kind of wanted to answer. Yeah, so I've done, if you go to the channel, you'll see I have a lot of videos on Iran and the current conflict in Iran. Yeah, about like the 1979 Iranian Revolution, Ruhollah Khomeini, other clerical figures that were around in the revolution that overthrew the Shah as well. So, yeah, I know people have a lot of mixed feelings on everything over there as well. So, it's a pretty tense moment, I'd say, right now. Oh, man, I wonder if I lost service or something. Okay, yeah, it says, oh, cool, we'll check it out. Awesome, dude. Thanks, man. Yeah, hey, everybody, if you're just now joining the stream, would love to encourage you to hit that like button, hit the subscribe button as well. That's a wonderful way in which you can support our channel. We're growing this brick by brick and day by day, each and every day. So would love to have you all with us in the future. We're just now, I guess we can do another shot of the Capitol building. We're leaving the U.S. Capitol building right now, and we're going to be heading to Chinatown because of the NCAA tournament is going on downtown D.C. today. So you can kind of see the Washington Monument, like right here a little bit, right where my finger is. So we're out here going to be walking around the city of D.C. at night. It's sunglasses at night, as always, so we'll be on the stream a little bit longer. Maybe go to, talk to some people at the bars. Brown, it says, hey, spooky walks. Yeah, a little spooky, for sure. I'm in I'll be in areas where there's lots of people. So I'm not particularly, I'm always vigilant, right? But I'm not in a super high risk area right now. Z says, I didn't realize DC had a Chinatown. Yeah, we got tiny, it's a couple blocks long, but it's like very central hearted. And there's a lot of activities and events that happen there. What's the temperature? It's probably 45 degrees, maybe, with a little just kind of chilly. It rained earlier today, so it rained for a good couple of hours. It wasn't aggressive, but it was still pretty, it disrupted with travel for some people. So it's just a little cold from that. Expat says, abolish NASA. That's the first, I don't think anyone on the channel before has called for abolishing NASA. So that's a first there for sure. And I'm really surprised you're still there at night. Last time I caught stream while you are there in the morning. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I usually do these in the mornings, but today was just a little better. And sometimes I like to test when different times of the day, right? So like there's maybe an evening crowd or some people that can only join during the evenings or even on YouTube in the evenings. So it gives everyone a chance, gives me a chance to catch multiple different audiences as well. So gotta have a little variety sometimes. And also I knew with the tournament going on today that there'd be stuff going on in Chinatown. So I agree, Z. Yeah, like I'm like, okay, yeah, like I'm not yeah, I wonder what the reasoning is. I'd be really interested to hear why he wants to abolish NASA. Oh, that's also a possibility. Yeah, that's a good alternative idea there. You got some gorgeous cherry blossoms. Look, yeah, little shot with the Capitol in the background too. Jacob says, stayed at a NASA mathematician's apartment in Pasida. Super chill guy, bless him. And last Sultan says it gets very empty during the night. It does sometimes, definitely. And it's not the best weather. If it was even 10 degrees warmer, it would be a little more populated, is my guess. But we're nearing there. We're almost yet. April is just around the corner. We're almost there. So we're going to make it, and it's going to start getting warmer consistently day in, day out. Then it's summer, baby. Then it's back to 105-degree days with humidity in June and July in DC, baby. Oh, Jake, I knew you said you were from Iceland, so I didn't know. Like, okay, Pasadena, California. Uh, it gets super empty during the night. Absolutely, dude. So that's the Department of Labor. You got right here. So have the banners draping of Teddy Roosevelt and Donald Trump on this Friday evening. So, hey, everybody, just would love to remind you, if you're just now joining the stream, please hit that subscribe button, leave the video a like. We are, I believe we're over 650 subscribers. Not sure what the number is, haven't checked since we began the stream, but would love to have you join us and join the mass awakening we are attempting to create here. Uh, hum, Hombre Hismaro says United States of Epstein. That one, that's pretty funny. Last Sultan, landscaping always at peak, and you never see a gardener. So our dog says, my daughter lives down there by the wharf right off the water. I like the wharf. It's a nice area. So I used to live in Navy Yard. I lived in Navy Yard for like a year and 3 months or something. And it was okay, but it's gotten pretty low again, if you understand what I mean. You guys still able to see and hear me? I'm afraid the thing got cut off. Here, I'll BRB. Okay, I think it's good again. Sorry. Okay. Sorry, everybody. But yes, the Wharf's a solid little neighborhood. Green line though, gotta watch out for that. Like that safe. There's a Safeway by the metro. Man, you gotta be a little careful around the wharf and waterfront. There are some characters that are ill intent. Z says, how about the Trump Gooner arc? That's hilarious, bro. Yeah, it's what do you think he's going to attack Iran tonight again or try and take Kharg Island? I think it's Friday night, so this is the we're about to see it go down potentially. If not this Friday night, then probably the next Friday night. So we're just going to have to see if they continue, if they try to get Kharg Island or not. I think that's the play. Jacob says Trump gives Eastern European oligarch vibes. Gardner's work in the shadows. And Z says cognitive decline, maybe. His comments today have been very bizarre. Yeah, so I believe 2 different women he called was like attracted to in the last couple during the interviews with them, talked about how they had lunch when they were younger or and he talked to somebody else last night. I can't remember who it was, but something else happened. He said something really weird and strange, and it just kind of has to make you stop and think, like, what is this? Yes, that's what it was, Z. Yeah, he called Dana Perino, like, good looking and said you looked real good looking when you were younger all those years ago. And then said the reporters could mention or ask him questions about sex. And that was like, what the hell? I am not from Ireland. We did an Ireland episode. My friend Alicia and I, we did an Ireland history St. Patrick's Day special episode. But I am not from Irish. I may be speaking Irish. Do you think I sound like Irish? Italian. So there's the Capitol building all the way down there. It's good, Elizabeth Conley. DC it's a lot of fun right now. It's kind of cold, but we are heading to Chinatown, actually, because I'm not sure if you're just now tuning in. The NCAA men's basketball tournament, the college basketball March Madness, has a regional here in Washington. And in Chinatown is where Capital One Arena is. You have the Washington Wizards play NBA. Georgetown Hoya men's basketball plays there. And the Washington Capitals, the NHL team, they all share that stadium. But they also can turn into hosting special events. Like they had the Atlantic 10 tournament there last year, the conference tournament. And so they have a regional here every couple years. But that's tonight in DC. So we're walking down to Chinatown, see if we can get anything crazy going on down there. So that's kind of the next mission. DC is much safer than it was even a calendar year ago. I think that's one thing that has, oh gosh, Duke is up by 2 with, I think, 11 seconds left. Oh my goodness, that is insane. Dude, is St. John's about to win this game? No way, bro. Here, we gotta go back and finish it. But yeah, how's Phoenix doing today though? What's the temperature there? It got kind of cold. Got kind of cold again today. It's like 45 right now. All right, Jacob. Peace out, brother. Hey, you take care, big man. Nice to meet you tonight, dude.
Caught me at the perfect time. I'm so glad.
Italian, yeah, already kind of read that. So, yeah, everybody. So, hey, if you're just now joining the stream, would love if you gave the video a like, hit that like button. Great way you can support the show. So, and definitely would love hang out with you guys in the future again. You know, we're building something pretty solid here. Well, yeah, Duke made the second one. They're up 3. St. John's is going to get the ball. They have to tie it. Oh no, it was even close. Oh, they're done. Yeah. They just lost. That's tough. Tough for the Red Storm. You heard it here first. Duke is probably going to win. So they're going to win the first game. So we're heading to the second game now. So that's where we're heading. Sir Aldog says supposed to be 40 degrees there tomorrow. That's why they're not going to have that picnic. And they'll probably end up going to some kind of restaurant tomorrow for my son's birthday. That'll be fun. And it may not even be good to have a picnic on the mall tomorrow, even if the weather was good, because there's that massive No Kings protest. So there's going to be so many people all over the city tomorrow. And we're going to cover that live. Yeah, we'll try to get some good content out of that. Try to give you guys a good protest stream. We haven't had a protest stream in a couple of weeks. And those are always fun. It's like a different kind of mission as doing protests, but you can still have a lot of fun with them. Menthol cigarettes. I think you can get cigarettes. And weed is also legal in DC too. You can get weed and you can get cigarettes. You can't get flavored Zens. Those are mostly banned, but those other two you can buy, I think. And Caro, yeah, this is it is a political channel, but it's a probably more to the right wing, I'd say. Yeah, so it's a right wing channel. But we also just kind of yeah, chill out in DC a little bit, like walk to the March Madness. Yeah, that's why we hang out at the Capitol. That's why we hang out at the Supreme Court building. We're getting it's kind of like, I don't know, we're just starting to get used to the vibe, right? You just need to get one of the games about DC, man, is that you just have to like live the life of it too. Like you just have to, I know it sounds kind of vague, but you just have to figure out what works, the right people to meet, who's in your inner circle. There's all that stuff you have to take into account every day here. So it is like, it's a very fun social city for sure. If you just like talking to people or meeting people, there's a lot of fun stuff you can do here socially. Matto says Epstein files. Sir Aldog and Z and Elizabeth are all talking, and Medina. Everyone's talking about weed in the group chat right now. Did not know this was a stoner YouTube channel. No, I'm just messing with you guys. But that's pretty funny though. Lawrence says Patel, real American name. Right, yeah, his emails got hacked. I think that's crazy that his personal emails were hacked and kind of yeah, we saw some of those. Nothing too damning though. It's just a pretty little kind of like another subplot of this war, right? Like the guy who got killed for the he was like an IRGC ranking officer for the Navy division of the Revolutionary Guard. Like there's something like this that is kind of happening every day. So the war, even though it has since maybe calmed it down a little bit from the day the supreme leader was killed and the war kicked off, is that you just have all of these many updates now. But we're a full month in, guys, if you can believe that. It's 28 days. So buckle up, baby. And that's right. Yep, you can smoke them Ayatollah pack. Yeah, the Khamenei pack or whatever. I saw a lot of members of Congress were participating in that low trend. That's what like 3 people texted me after it was confirmed he died. Oh, hey guys, guess where we are? We're in the FBI building now. Speaking of our friend Kash Patel, Pam Bondi. So Z, you caught me. That's right. I work at this building. Yeah, man, the whole thing about me working in the private sector, that's all a big lie, man. Yeah. Oh, goodness. Well, yeah, there you are, ladies and gents, the FBI building. That's what is so fun about walking around in DC as well is, man, you just any person, dude. I've ran into like ambassadors and foreign diplomats just on the street, like even like after a night out of drinking, right? Like there's the potential in this city. That's why if you're really involved in politics and like really want to win and help the movement win, is that you gotta get to a city like this and some industry that you're really, whether politics is DC, try and get out to DC. If you're finance, get on Wall Street. You know what I mean? Like really go big for what you think you're best at and build, grind, man. Like get to the top of your industry or your location, at least at work. Like get after it, man. Because yeah, if the country is worth fighting for, then we have to fight for it like every day. Sir Outdog, how many more days can this conflict go on before he has to go in front of Congress and ask for a war declaration? You know, I think it would really honestly kind of just depend on if there's what kind of ground force / invasion, if there is one, like, which you kind of hear their messaging on the just the issue alone of potential troops on the ground, or however you want to say it, is that they might call it a limited operation, or they say it won't be an invasion, or it won't be that kind of those descriptive words. So back to the timeline, potentially that could only be another 2 weeks. Maybe if we do try to seize this Karg Island, like what we might do tonight, or this could be Saturday night, or really any time in the next couple of days, that could maybe give us some leverage in the Strait of Hormuz, because that's where we are kind of hurting the most right now, in terms of this war, is the energy. So if he can somehow flip the script on energy, that gives him a lot better bargaining leverage and a bargaining chip to try. Then after that, he can probably try and de-escalate, I think, a little bit. And if he can, he'll try to get out of it. Man, that's a good one. But who knows, right? There's a lot of stuff going on. Because right now, that's why I know they each release these 15-point deals, or whatever you want to call them. And obviously, the deal offered by the U.S. is much worse for Iran than it was even at the beginning of all of this. So it was a kind of a slap in the face to the Iranians that, yeah, like, we'll give you this, but you're going to have to give up your proxies and your ballistic missiles if you sign the deal. So that just was never going to happen. And then the Iranians release one, like you see, they want They even want Lebanon included in it. They want to keep the proxies. They want to, in their words, their quote right to be have a nuclear program or enrich uranium. So it's just this isn't going to happen. It's going to be some conflict, or Iran can signal the ability to consistently keep the Strait of Hormuz closed, and that would give them what they need, because they also desire an off ramp too, because it's regime survival. Every day the regime they lose another commander, they lose another, like the guy yesterday, the general of the Navy and the Revolutionary Guard. So every day they're still taking hits. But the regime is still alive. So okay. Thought it was only 60 days. Come on, do you not got the insight? Can we go Vegas and put all the money on it? LOL. Funny, dude. No, like I'm pretty more tuned into this conflict than I'd say a lot of even people that are covering politics right now. But it's still really hard sometimes to nail down exact predictions. But dude, did you see Unusual Whales, the Twitter account, had reported that like 30 minutes before Trump made his announcement on Monday, he put a bunch of money down in the market, like kind of bet on it, on energy, and it won a whole bunch of money. So there was probably we discussed that earlier this week, earlier in the show, but yeah, that's a little fishy, I think. Everybody, sorry about that.
Take a right on High Street Northwest.
Get on this side of the road then. Hey everybody, so hey, if you're just now joining the stream, thank you for hanging out with us in Washington, D.C. on this Friday night. We are heading towards the March Madness tournament. The March Madness tournament is going on tonight. You have the St. John's Johnnies, or Red Storm as well. Just lost to the Duke Blue Devils by just a couple of points a few minutes ago. And UConn and Michigan State, they're going to be playing here in a couple of minutes. So we're going to check out, see what's going on in downtown DC tonight. The Iranian people are actually going to end up very rich after this because of the amount of money, the oil, and they control it. Yeah, Iran, they needed, they're pretty isolated globally from any trade or methods and gaining financial capital, really. So they needed money. Remember, the currency went bankrupt back in early January. So backroom deals that China can give them and Russia can give them. And when they had Venezuela as well, Venezuela was able to assist Iran in ways that Tehran saw fit. But other than that, they've been alone. And they fund all those proxies as well. They fund the proxy network, Hezbollah, Hamas, and the Houthis, and the popular mobilization force in Iraq. So, yeah, they need some money right now. And that's correct. Yeah, Z makes a good point that it's going to the regime and like the proxies. Yep. Oh, what's up for us? Sorry, dude. We were talking about Iran again. What up? We are. Oh, just got the Versatile Vision on. But no, we're walking to the NCAA men's basketball tournament. There's a regional here in DC. So, yeah, we're going to hang out there for a little bit. We started to stream at the Supreme Court, the Capitol building. We were there a little bit, but we're heading to Chinatown now. Going to be, we'll still talk politics, right? We'll always talk politics. But 60,000 and got 500,000. Oh, 600,000 or 60,000, I think. Yeah. Because and remember, even if Iran survives this round of it, they're still going to have to spend all of that money on rebuilding the missile program or building more ballistic missiles or help rebuild the proxy network. So they're going to have to spend a lot of that money immediately to rebuild, and they're going to need probably more advanced technology next time if they're going to survive, I think. So they're still in a lot of trouble. So he can watch you wave, then breathe your storylines. I have a question for you. You think the root of this war is... Here, one sec. Sorry, crossing the street. Okay, sorry. Here, I'm going to pull over. Question for you. Do you think the root of this war is just Israel lobby, or does it roots in the 1953 coup? Because at one time Israel did not have much influence. Yeah, I think a lot of people think Israel does have a little, maybe too much pressure, or they dictate certain government policies, So, yeah, like a lot of people are saying, like Tucker Carlson, Megyn Kelly, even like some, you have some, independent media people like them kind of, strongly, I'd say, coming out against the war, in opposition to it, that are echoing your point there. So there's definitely some kind of influence, I think. A lot of people are waking up to that. But I think Iran, the reason that they are prepared to go all in is because of events you mentioned, like Operation Ajax and the overthrow of Mohammad Mossadegh as the prime minister of Iran at the time. So that's why I think they're willing to go all in and just make it go down kicking and screaming. No, you're good. Primal Screams. Oh yeah, I love that song. I usually listen to it. Sunglasses at night. Sometimes when I'm walking around at night. Um, but yeah, sorry, bro. um, so if my daughters and son go to the No Kings rally tomorrow, please don't give them a hard time. They are actually pretty decent people, and we all have somewhat the same wants and needs in this country. Yeah, man, yeah, that would be crazy if I do man on the street interview with your children and your family. So that would be pretty nuts.
Right. Ready? This one I go like this. Yeah. I was thinking with Theo back. Oh my god. Mesh. You know Theo Backler and
Primal Scream. You're going tomorrow. Okay. Which city are you in right now, or maybe will you travel to for this event? Any good suggestions?
yeah, I didn't know.
Are you trying to prove a point tomorrow? Maybe because depending on your perspective, you can ask a tough question that will get your side attention. So I think some of it could be, yeah. Is there a certain point in particular you want to prove? Because that could kind of guide. I think. Sorry about that. Yeah, I lost connection. Had to log off real quick, or had to reset it. Okay, so if you're in Florida, uh, yes, I believe tomorrow is like it's their third time that they're doing it. KT 2.0 says hi, hello KT. Thank you for joining the stream this evening. We're walking around Washington D.C. here in Chinatown. We are walking. We talk about politics on this channel, but tonight we are heading to the NCAA men's basketball tournament here in D.C. Duke just beat St. John's, and UConn and Michigan State, they'll be playing each other soon here. Cool, love politics and ice. Awesome, dude. Is this your first time checking the channel out? I don't think I've seen your username before. Primal's third time he's going. Retirement homes are going to be empty. Yeah, man. But yep, these they're all all over the country tomorrow. I was reading an article today that said there were over 200,000 people that attended the last protest in DC for No Kings. So, going to be a lot of people down there, or nationwide, especially in DC though. So, we'll be there tomorrow. be there as much as we can be. I think they start in Virginia and they're going across the bridge into DC, and then they congregate on the National Mall after that. Then that's like the DC part of it. So let's see. I've seen you a few times. Do you think it's going to help? No. Oh, do I think it's going to help? Asking yourself. Well, you have to kind of ultimately, we all have to do support what we believe in at the end of the day, ultimately. So, go Duke. Yeah, Duke. That's awesome. Z says it'll help you get on a a dissident list, which is cool. Kash Patel getting his phone hacked was weapons grade humiliation for the USA. Yeah, it's definitely like it was his personal email. If it was his government email that had been hacked, I think that would have been a much different severity level, I think. But still, yeah, still kind of like, wow, remember, this is a time of war. So it's something to definitely keep in mind. Pretty, I think, significant. It was his email, not his phone. Homestead says, no kings. Welcome to the stream, Homestead. Thank you for being here. Primal Streams. Z, there was a country where we had freedom. It was always the illusion of freedom. He is completely unqualified. Okay, Sir Owldog, sorry, got caught up in the other conversation. I'm going to send them your information, and if they happen to see you, I'm going to tell them I said hi. Tell you I said hi. Awesome. Tell them, make sure all your kids are subscribed to the channel as well, so they can, they might be able to see where I am, or, yeah, make sure they're on the team, though. Sure. And then tonight we're talking about food, marijuana, cigarettes, and how the city looks. Sorry about St. John's, man. Tough loss. Tough loss, man. Yeah. You gotta be nice to the fans of the opposing team. Not even them, dude. I need, if I see somebody with a Duke, I'll give them a high five and say, go Duke. And if I see a St. John's fan, I'll be like, man, sorry, tough loss, bro. Tough loss. Why Dial Up says, why is it legal to collect rainwater? Enlighten me. I'm not too sure, honestly. Primal says, "What? Okay, why did they have pictures of Kash Patel?" And because he sent the pictures via email, which is why there literally is nothing of note in the email release. Then his Gmail getting hacked on Google, not his fault. And he is the goddamn director of the FBI. Um, uh, and then get a little tense between Z and Primal right now. A solid little debate. Love to see it, man.
Again, for weird interaction, I didn't think like wow.
All right, guys, we're almost a block away. We're almost in Chinatown. Get ready for Chinatown, DC at night. We've been here once in the morning, but it's about to get a little more real. And then Z says, it's not tense. It's okay. Smiley face. I love you, Primal. All right, guys, back to cigarettes, etc. Night. All right, good night, Primal Screams. Thanks for hanging out with us on this Friday night. Taco Bell Cantina. I love you too, Z, night host. All right, night. Good night, sir. All right, guys. Basketball, cigarettes, marijuana, and food. Yeah, we've had a lot of real, like casual life conversations as well, and those are always fun. I really enjoy them, honestly, because like it's still 85 to 90% politics, but it can be fun sometimes to switch it up with something else. Basketball, cigarettes, marijuana, and food. You want Duke to win? No, honestly not. It's just kind of fun hanging out, or when I see a Duke fan down the street just saying, "Yeah, let's go," and it just kind of makes for a funny little moment.
It looked like it was so good.
So. You're,
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah, not sure if the stream got cut off or something, but okay. All right, Lat. Very nice to see you, brother. Thanks for hanging out with us tonight. Oh my God, that dude almost just got hit. Who's this guy? The guy almost just got hit. Yeah, dude, it's crazy around these parts. But yes, see, that's a good point, is that the results are, yeah, they're consistent in those polls each and every time. It's about anywhere from 75 to 65% will say no in terms of supporting war. So, yeah, see, I made it to the bar district now. So St. John's lost about 15, 20 minutes ago. And I think the Michigan State game is starting soon, if it hasn't already. But yeah, so Chinatown, we're in Chinatown. And it's one of the more busier, thicker, vibrant nightlife parts of DC. It can be a little unsafe at times, but there's people here from the basketball game and stuff. So there's a lot of people, like public people out. So um, yeah, probably won't be alone or be isolated much. Different vibe there. Head on swivel. Yeah. Then Sir Aldog says my kids along with myself happen to be Dems, but I don't think that either party is too far off from wanting the same thing for the people of America, and that's part of the problem. Got to put a couple ones down, and we'll talk to you in the morning. Have a good one. Much love. Yeah, much love, everybody. Yeah, good night, man. Z says different vibe there. Yeah, much different vibe than Capitol Hill, where we usually hang out. It's a much different crowd for sure. Grabbing beer and call it the night. User says, "Hey Aulden, good night." Yeah, hey user. Nice to see you again. Thank you for joining the stream, hanging out with us tonight. We're here in Washington D.C. Probably not going to be on too much longer, but we'll stay on a couple more minutes just to hang out and chill. But yeah, so we're here. This is the stadium where like the March Madness is happening. So St. John's just lost about 15, 20 minutes ago to Duke, and then Michigan State and UConn, they're on next. So yeah, we're in Chinatown at Washington, D.C. today. Yeah. I want to go. So there's this bar called Clyde's, the one I'm standing. I'll probably go in there and get something. Maybe grab a drink or something to eat or something. Fuck yeah, yeah. Mog Maxine. Yes, sir. Oh man, if I go in this bar, it's going to be so packed. Oh yeah. Fun, nice. Oh yeah. Man, it looks so busy right now. I think there's room. It's not going to be that bad. It can just look a little busy at times. Where are you going to order? I'm not sure. Um, Thank you very much. Yeah, love the purple. There we go, dude. Already. Yeah, man.
No, not before.
All right, we're in class. Excuse me, sir. Um, I'll start off with the water, probably, but see if they have free Wi-Fi. All right, I'm gonna check real quick. I'll have to I'd have to enter like a password or something, and I don't know what it is. So hello. Can I start out with the water, please? Thank you. Okay, it's better now. Good. Yeah, if you guys think if the Wi-Fi is good now, I can just keep it like this. Thank you. Okay, sweet. All right. Is anyone able? I got the Wi-Fi back. Is anyone able to see or hear me? It cut off, and I had to join the Wi-Fi or whatever. So I got the password. Yeah, almost too soon. Yeah, the second I saw that, it went away. Yeah, perfect. Sweet. So everyone, please join the Discord. Z helped out and created a Discord for the community and the channel. So if you're involved in Discord, please join. It's in the link in the bio, and you should join it. Yeah, so we can collaborate. We share ideas, strategies, all that good stuff there. So would love if you all joined that. Oh, you're good. It is very fun, absolutely. So here, this is the bar. Yeah, so I like this bar. Every time I'm in Chinatown, I usually go to it. Are you hungry? Someone said order a chili dog. Yeah, I'm a little hungry. Let's see what they got. Well, it looks like Alabama lost as well. So Alabama, they just lost too. Yeah, can I get a Guinness, please? Thank you. Nice. Yeah, let's go with a Guinness tonight for a beverage, and then. Uh, you're from Ireland? Oh, Alabama. Yeah, I felt like you probably would have mentioned that, so my bad. Yep, Alabama, man. So tough loss. My condolences to the Crimson Tide this year. Like your purple suit. Thanks, dude. Yeah, purple suit's fun. Yeah, it's definitely like a power move always. Yeah, football state, football school. So, did you both have a good week this week? Did you guys do anything exciting? It's kind of just us now, so we can just talk about whatever. But thank you. Yeah, football. I've just been chilling. It's been getting really hot here. We had a busy week. I managed surgery centers and they had me traveling. Oh, okay. Well, so what's that entail? Do you enjoy that? Or would you like to do something else in the hospital field? UConn is hitting a lot of their shots right now. They're playing pretty good. They're up 6-18 already. High maintenance individuals, I'm sure. Sure. Hey everybody, if you're just now tuning into the stream, please leave the video a like and also subscribe to the channel if you're new. Z helped create a Discord channel for the or account for the channel. So you should definitely join that. You can find that in the description. We're here just on a Friday night in DC. We were at the Supreme Court building earlier. We were at the Capitol building as well. Been walking around DC for the last couple hours here, grabbing just a beverage, a little nightcap beverage, hanging out with you guys. We're just talking about life really in general right now. But we're talking about Iran a lot tonight, and other life topics. So Kash Patel's email as well. The personal email being hacked earlier. So yeah, we're all having a good time tonight. And we're in Chinatown. We're right next to the Capital One Center. There is the Men's March Madness NCAA tournament going on. Some big news hit today in AI. Anthropic had a leak that disclosed their internal model called Mythos. Yeah, I think you sent that in the Discord earlier today. What's my old name? Good morning from good morning. Hope you're doing well. Thanks for joining the stream, man. Nice to see you again. Mythos apparently really powerful, like a big step up in capability. And dude, you sent the article about Melania Trump walking with that robot as well. That's crazy. I suspect it's a model that the Pentagon used for Venezuela. AI is good and bad. We are really going to need to watch how it's used for sure. Thank you, sir. And thank you. I'm eating pizza. Yummy. Good choice of food. I did see that. Nice. Scott Lee 5444 says AI is distorting reality. It's changing a lot of stuff. Dude, I'm not sure if it's social media anymore. Almost everything is AI, I feel like. Especially AI slop videos. Lots of people are super anti-AI because the media has propagandized them. True, not sure what's true. Yeah, it can be challenging for sure. I use AI a lot to help the channel sometimes. For thumbnails, I'll help, use it generate ideas and stuff. So, and like my slides for the slide deck. Kuma, we're having the opposite of coffee. We're having a Guinness at the bar right next to the Capital One Arena in DC. They are it's the NCAA men's tournament here in DC. There's a regional in DC, so we're just here hanging out, observing the environment. We started the night in by the Supreme Court and the Capitol building, but we ventured out to Chinatown a little bit. Yep, got some Guinness, baby. So there's nothing like a Friday night Guinness pint, baby. Absolutely, I will enjoy. Thank you guys for hanging out with me on this Friday night here, day 28 of the Iran War. Kash Patel had his personal email exposed a little bit. U.S. could attack Karg Island or other islands as well within the Persian Gulf sometime this weekend. So we got a lot of stuff to follow. Oh, and a program reminder for tomorrow. We are covering the No Kings protest in D.C. live. It'll probably be around mid-afternoon, probably 1 or 2 o'clock is when I'd expect it. But we're going to try to do some man-on-the-street interviews with that as well. Can I get the cheeseburger plain, please? Yep. Yep, just cheese. Yep, fries, perfect. Very cool. Yeah, we're going to have a cheeseburger as well. We're going to eat a little dinner. Says it's Saturday morning. What up, my own name? And Saturday morning already. In Africa, user says, wow. Pizza Index suggesting that the Iran operation will not occur tonight. I will be sure look for that stream. China, Russia, allies helping Iran in the war. Yeah, they're trying to. They're trying to keep Iran afloat as long as they can. User says, I knew you were hungry. You know it, yeah. You know me all too well, user. At Michigan State, they haven't scored in like 10 minutes. All right, they just scored. So, nice one. It's a chill bar. I like it. Yeah, it's probably my favorite bar in Chinatown for sure. It's very nice. Yeah, we'll be covering the No Kings protest tomorrow, so some pretty exciting stuff. Oh, heck yeah, man. What's
How
up?
many people are there? Oh, shit.
Yeah. You watch YouTube?
Yeah.
You want to subscribe to the channel and join the stream?
Really?
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. I'll do that.
Yeah. Again. What's your name, man?
My name's Steven. I'm a big UNC fan. Just went to the game. Duke, St. John's. I hate Duke, so it's what it is.
Tough night for the Johnnies.
Tough night for the Johnnies, but like Rick Pitino had a great year, and we're happy for this.
Yeah. The chat saying, "Hey, Steven." Yeah.
Hey, what's up, guys? What are we doing? Yeah. Where do you go?
I went to the University of Evansville in college. I was a swimmer in college.
Illinois?
There, Indiana.
Indiana.
Yep.
Indiana. One of the Midwest states.
Yep, very close to Illinois. But no, I just started. I'm here for politics in DC. I like the city.
Yeah.
I live stream.
What kind of streaming do you? Is it like college basketball streaming? Like what kind of?
Usually politics.
Politics. Okay.
Yeah, it's a political channel, but yeah, we talk about like geopolitics, other countries, what's going on over there, but tonight the vibe was to be near the tournament.
Yeah.
Be close to the tournament.
You're right here.
Yep. Mm-hmm. It's one of my favorite bars in DC. So.
Who did you have? Were you watching Duke, St. John's? Who did you have?
Duke is in my bracket pretty
you got
far.
Duke?
Yeah. Mm.
Boo Duke.
Yeah,
Boo
yeah.
Duke.
Boo Duke, man.
You don't like Duke?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. All right, man.
Awesome, dude.
Yeah.
Nice to meet you, Steven. For real, man. Yeah. All right. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that was a lot of fun. See, that's kind of the exciting part about life, Yeah, Duke. It seemed like they're a pretty solid team right now. Number 1 overall seed. I have them I had Florida winning it all. So I'm kind of screwed on winning any money in my bracket pool. But Purdue, they play tomorrow, Arizona, spot in the Final Four. So. No King's protest is at 1 o'clock. They should be in DC by around 1 o'clock. Great place to chip. Hello. And what's up, Faraz? Hey, man. Yeah, we just met Steven a couple minutes ago, having a good time. Yeah, ask away, man. Yeah, the floor's open for anything chat-wise right now. Yes, we are in Clyde's Bar in Washington, D.C., Chinatown. The NCAA men's basketball tournament is happening right next to us in Capital One Arena. So we are. I just want to be close to the action in the city tonight. Sorry about that. Yeah, that's a good historical time marker. Yeah, it seemed to be really because what JFK tried to find or inquire about Israel's nuclear program. You hear everything about Iran's nuclear program, but which Iran bombed Israel's. Yeah, did you see last weekend they all traded exchanges and bombing their nuclear enrichment sites? That's right. Yeah. Oh, that's very true, man. Yeah, no one's really tried touching them since. Like, dude, in the state governments, there's all these anti-BDS laws. So you even have that. Like, you can't even state government agencies and funded institutions can't even boycott Israel. That's insane. That is true. Yeah. Yep. Time's up, baby. And yeah, a lot of history between the two nations. Um,
Peach or pineapple?
Whatever you have. Pineapple.
What's the last name?
Stephen ordered another high noon. All right, Stephen, another high noon. Yeah, let's go.
I'm gonna look back on this in 20 years and when I'm running for president and be like, damn, this is not a good look.
Yeah. Good.
Yeah.
Let's go, Stephen, for president. Yeah, there we go, man.
Go to the chats.
Yeah, Stephen for president in the chat. I'll be its vice president. Nah, man, I gotta be POTUS. But all right, everybody, just a reminder, if you're new to the stream, would love if you new to the stream, new to the channel, please hit that like button, leave the video, subscribe to the channel. That's a great way in which you can support the show. Having a long stream tonight, just hanging out around Washington, D.C. You want to probably end it in a minute because food is on the way, and I won't want to. Yeah, we'll end it once the food gets here. But no, it's been fun hanging out with you guys tonight. We've been talking about the Iran war. We've been chatting about a ton of stuff. So. And Z says, it's not even a partisan thing either, which is awesome. Both sides know the only people okay with it are bought and paid for. Yep. Cheers to that, man, for sure. Oh, perfect. Thank you very much. All right, guys. My food did just get here, so we'll end things here tonight. Just a little program reminder: tomorrow, around mid-afternoon, we will be doing the No Kings protest. So, but it's been fun hanging out with you guys tonight, and we'll see you tomorrow. Okay. All right. Much love, everybody. Good night. See ya.